supposed to say again?
What kind of podcast is this?
Oh! This is Bad Playstyle. We're a video game book club podcast wherein we talk about the video game we played this week.
NSFW?
Yeah, we swear a lot. And we're gonna fucking spoil the shit out of this game.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what about secrets?
Yeah, we're gonna ruin all the secrets.
Such as?
Such as Bastil is really your mom.
I said dad.
Doesn't matter.
Hear ye. Call to order this meeting of the Bad Playstyle. Say your names, gentlemen.
I am not a shame man, not quite a shame boy. No, wait, other way. Scratch that, reverse it.
And it's almost like impressive at this point.
Like to go to the Springfield nuclear power plant and set the sign back to 0.
Yeah.
Keenan fucked up his own.
And I'm
He's gotten it right. I think you said you called him out like a couple episodes ago. You were like
argumentative.
He's gotten his name right.
Keenan.
Like 3 times.
Yeah,
and he's had to say it a lot more than that. Yeah, so it's a statistical anomaly at this point.
It's weird too, because I know what it is, but when
the
light comes on, I fuck it up.
Yeah. Can't speak right like a real person.
Yep.
And I'm Matt. Welcome to Bad Playstyle. There's a third person in the room.
I'm Owen.
Oh yeah, you're just Owen now.
Yeah, he's just Owen. Although you have to say all of yours. I'm not gonna make Owen do that.
Is it only when one's active that we have to say them? Is that the precedent we're setting here?
I think that should be the precedent.
Because that's harder if you forget for a season.
No, okay. So here's the thing. What I said was, I'm not making Owen do that. I'm making you do that.
Oh, okay.
That's
Got
the
it.
precedent.
Shut up, Squeak. You're my new best friend. Got it.
Let's go boof, Squeak. Yeah. Okay, so this is Bad Playstyle, which is a video game book club style podcast. I know we said that in the intro, Keenan and I, but
Deal with
here,
it.
we're going to explain. We don't actually read books on this podcast, but that doesn't matter because there's a thing called a metaphor where you evoke something with a thing that's kind of like it.
But you're not a book club.
But it's not a book.
Glad we cleared the air on that one.
If you got corrections, send them to badplaystyle@gmail.com.
Yeah. So, this time, I keep saying week. I've said week like the entire show, but it's never been a week.
Yeah.
It has literally never been a week.
Some episodes do take a week to listen to, though, so that's kind of like...
Yeah. So we played Shadowrun Returns Hong Kong Edition.
Woo!
That's not the name of the game, really, but
no,
you
there's
get
an extended edition, so I was like most of the way there.
Yeah, it was really fun. I picked it because I love Shadowrun. Yeah. But before we get into that and spoiling that, and hey, you should play that before listening to this if you don't want us to spoil it for you.
Yeah, this game actually had some story we're gonna spoil.
Owen, what else have you been playing?
What else have I been playing?
Worth mentioning.
I played the new XCOM DLC.
Oh!
Yeah.
The new, like, the little missions, the little vignettes.
Yeah. Mission packs.
I feel like it's a good place to use the word vignette, right?
Kinda. Yeah. It's weird.
Okay. Go on.
It's set in between XCOM 1 and 2.
Oh.
And you play as Bradford, as Captain Sweaters.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
I know him.
Yeah, that's his real name.
And so, like, the narrative framework of it is that he is recounting the tales to you, and he doesn't quite remember all the details, and so that's why, like maybe you play out a little differently than he remembers.
You got a little bit of, then I died.
Yeah. Something like that. And so it's you like scooping up and so it's just discrete missions.
Right.
Like you are given a group of people, you don't get to name them, you don't get to equip them, you don't get to pick which classes. You just get dropped onto a map, and he's like, "This is like, oh, we fought zombies at a graveyard one time," and like then you do that.
Didn't they re-render the XCOM 1 assets in those?
It looks like it. Yeah.
I think I saw something about that.
Do they have the wobbly rat?
No.
Okay, dang.
But like old chrysalids and like the armors and the weapons.
But that's my favorite XCOM 1 asset is the rat. Look it up. It's like a loaf of bread shaped.
Yeah.
Got some protrusions and it goes blah, blah, blah,
Yep.
blah, blah, blah. It's
Yep.
disgusting.
It's gross.
So the reason I say that is because I think the graveyard tile set is from XCOM 1 and not from XCOM 2.
I think they
I remember
remastered some
being
of the
very
maps
angry
too.
in that graveyard. Yeah.
Yeah. None of the enemies that I've seen, as far as I can tell, are callbacks. At least not yet. I've only done a few missions. But it scores you, which I actually don't like.
I hate it when video games score me.
Like you lose 1,000 points if a soldier gets injured, and you get
that's.
and then you get points for killing enemies, right? And so the reason it does this is this DLC also comes with a daily mode.
Oh.
So there needs to be a scoreboard.
That framework is a part of the daily board.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that makes more sense.
There's a daily mission and a leaderboard.
Because I always hated it in like Hitman when I go in and I kill literally every single human on the map, and it's like, you got 1 star. It's like, no, I got 5 stars.
No, nobody knows who did it.
I got 5 stars.
I made international news.
Yeah.
No one knows who did it, and an entire resort is dead.
Like Interpol's looking for me.
They don't know who they're looking for.
And it looks like there's like medals I unlock if I hit certain thresholds of points. I haven't gotten very
Is
far
that
in it
per
yet.
mission, like Worms Armageddon style?
No, so your points carry over mission to mission, and like there's like a bar filling up.
Okay.
So I don't know how that shakes out. And after every mission, it'll just ask you like, do you want a bunch of combat sims for your soldiers, or do you want special ammunition for your soldiers?
It's like a StarCraft 2 style binary choice.
Kind of, but
more resources.
So like I picked the special ammunition on one mission, and the mission after that it asked me if I wanted special armors. You know, like the little bulletproof vests you can put on under your armor. But it told me this will replace your ammunition on all your dudes. Like it's that type of
So
thing.
like you have to carry one thing forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a power up in an old bullet hell. Like
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah.
But I don't think but that's because the special ammunitions go in the same slot when you're playing the game normally. Because like I still had combat sims from a previous mission.
Oh,
It didn't replace those.
Okay.
So it's still using that sort of slot interface without you seeing it?
I think so.
Weird.
Yeah. There were a bunch of weapon models in it I didn't recognize, which I think is cool.
Yeah.
Like the as the missions go, they're over the years, intervening years, and so your gear gets better. But like in the first mission, like you have like some real world looking guns, like
instead of that like weird fucking squirt gun assault rifle in XCOM 1.
The big blocky ones in the first XCOM. No, it's not those. Fucking what's his name? I already forgot his name. Captain Sweaters.
Yeah.
He's a ranger, and he gets this like enormous falcata
Awesome.
instead of like a samurai.
Of course he does.
But it's like a falcata if it thought it was like a combat knife. It is ridiculous, and you only get it for like 2 missions, and then you upgrade up like weapon tiers, and he has like a flickering red laser sword after that. But like that falcata is
to turn a car door into a sword.
You should see it. It's really good.
So what I watched the intro video they put up for that thing,
Mm-hmm.
and apparently if you like do well enough at those historical missions, you get like the old weapons to bring with you in XCOM 2.
Oh, okay, cool.
Which is kind of neat. Like
yeah. So I'll probably play through all these. Like they're fun.
Yeah.
Also, you can just have it just like randomly generate you a mission.
That's cool.
You know, just like, hey, just give me 6 dudes and some aliens.
Yeah,
and,
let's
like,
do this.
Yeah.
I want random XCOM.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you play?
That's about it. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's funny that he's a ranger because of the close range quote.
What's he say?
Wait, XCOM 1, or the original XCOM from Jake Solomon.
Yeah.
Close range, when you're asking him to like capture it. That was him. That was Bradford.
Right. Okay.
Right? Telling the...
He's like, why would you ever get close to aliens? That's crazy.
Yeah. And close range is like a huge meme. Yeah.
Okay. All right, am I going next about games, or are you?
Sure, why not?
All right. I've played a lot of PUBG, but not in a way I normally do, so I want to talk about this for a second.
Okay.
I started on stream, twitch.tv/SaveryScrimp. I started playing duos with random people on stream, because I thought that'd be like fun and entertaining and gives me like a way to interact with people that isn't like me talking to myself.
Was it awful?
yes and no. So there were a couple people that were like super rad, but I had 2 people who just yelled in their microphone the entire time.
Oh.
One guy was yelling the same thing over and over in a different language until I killed him because he wouldn't stop.
You shouldn't do that. You can get your account banned for that.
Worth it. Actually, I punched him. No, I didn't kill him. I punched him enough in the before playing screen that he left.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say,
Yeah, that's actually how it went down.
You shouldn't be simultaneously team killing strangers and then documenting
and
it
streaming
on video
and mentioning it on my podcast. Yeah. And then the second guy was this dude who like lived in America, but he's from China. So he's got an accent, and he's telling me, like, oh, I love you, bro. Let's play. Let's go. I love you, bro. And then, like, we drop separately, and I'm murdering dudes with my Uzi, and he gets killed, and he goes, oh, my girlfriend says I can't play anymore, and leaves the server. So, this is a weird grab bag of people, man. Like, and sometimes the game just puts you in a duel game by yourself.
Nice.
Like, fuck you, buddy, go do it. Like, so yeah, that's been an adventure. I started playing Factorio while talking to Owen.
Yeah.
That's a good time. Factorio's neat, but we've covered that plenty.
Yeah, and we've been using the Steam streaming feature.
Yeah.
Like, Keenan will, like, run into a problem, so I'll have to, like, jump into
He jacks into my game and looks at it, and he's like, oh, you're doing this wrong.
Operator here.
Yeah. Well, and
Your
then...
nearest telephone's a mile away.
Well, and then the other thing is, like, then I have, like, it's like, oh, I know what design of buildings and conveyor belts will fix this problem. Let me open up my own Factorio, build it, screenshot it, and put it in the Discord.
Yeah, there's been some weird fucking Telegram ass shit that we've been doing.
Yeah, that's been real silly.
And then, what else has happened? That's pretty much it. Should we talk about the thing we mentioned about Dead by Daylight? the addition to our idea? No. We'll talk about that some other time.
We'll cook that idea more.
Okay.
That's not ready.
Okay.
Yeah. That one's still in the brain oven.
Needs more time in the brain oven. Got it.
Yeah.
All right, Matt, what'd you play?
When I mentioned it to Sean this morning, he did the thing I talked about where he just mentioned something else and moved on. He wasn't interested. I beat Shadowrun Returns twice. So
man, because you played it once one way and then you did it another way, right?
Well, so both of them were Cyber Street Samurais. It was just different weapons.
Okay.
So I really like having 5 AP.
Yeah.
And I really like throwing grenades back.
Fuck you.
And I really like having 10 armor. That seems like the easiest way to do that.
Yeah.
So
that seems like that solves a lot of problems.
Yeah. And because of the way Hong Kong works, you can be an adept and a street samurai at the same time. Because you can get free extra essence.
Magic isn't real. Magic doesn't function in the game we played the way it does in the pen and paper game.
Yeah, so, yeah.
So you can game some shit.
Yeah, so I would have the thing that makes me in cover all the time so I can't get crit. And then I'd cut them with my hand razors, and it was good.
Did you play any other games?
Not really. I played a little bit of Warframe, but Warframe's kind of dead right now. They, like, on the last dev stream, they were like, oh, yeah, we're in a content drought, and we have been for quite some time. Because there's, like, big stuff coming, but
they're rapidly working on it rather than new things. It
should have already come out, but it's not done.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, yeah. I don't really have much to say, because we should just dive into the game.
Sure.
So, hey, Keenan.
Yeah.
So, Owen told me that you were very angry.
I was very angry at this game early on.
Okay. Why?
Because I'm a dumbass, and I didn't read the part of the game where it was like, hey dog, you should level up your crew.
Oh, okay. So I want to repeat to, because Owen wasn't there, this conversation where he's like, hey, Matt, the game's going much better now that I figured out how to upgrade my crew. And I was like, why didn't you know how to do that? And he was like, well, the game never told me. I was like, no, there's a huge box right after the first mission. Pops up in the middle of the screen. You have to hit OK.
I mean, I missed that too.
Yeah,
Okay.
like, I don't remember it.
Like, you're taking in a lot at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
I also, like, totally missed the help menu despite its very obvious labeling until very late in the game. So, like, I missed important things.
Yeah.
And that's on me. And maybe that could be a little more obvious, but that's okay.
Well, it doesn't matter now. They're not making another Shadowrun game.
So yeah, I played like 6 or 7 missions with like a bunch of teammates that hadn't leveled up at all.
Yeah.
Turns out that's important.
Yeah. Yeah, because it doesn't even do the, like, small statistical increases for them.
No, they just jump.
Yeah.
In serious ways.
Yeah.
So yeah, they leveled like 4 times at once when I did it.
That
and I was
would do
like,
it.
oh yeah, this is okay. You got different guns and armor, and yeah, this all works now.
Mm-hmm.
And your skills are probably bigger under the hood, but I don't get to see that.
No, you do.
But not like in a way that when you level them, you don't see it.
Yeah, you do.
I might see it on their character sheet, but not in the screen where you're leveling.
In the screen where you're leveling, on the left, it tells you what's going up.
Okay.
In a little list. So.
There's things in this UI I just don't see apparently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like there's so much going on visibly in this game that I miss shit.
Yeah.
And that's kind of Shadowrun and kind of me. Like
I mean, I never saw it. I never noticed which of their stats were.
Yeah.
I just sort of trusted the games. Like, my guy's gonna be better, right?
Yeah.
Like,
and then they were.
Definitely.
And then they were.
Like, they'll probably have more hit points
Yeah.
and get hurt less. And hurt people more.
Definitely hurt people more. Most of the time, they're not actually getting more hit points. But yeah.
Well, but even like 1 more armor in this game is a big deal.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure how the armor calculations work, but having 10 armor makes you really hard to hurt.
Yeah. Even 6 was real good for me.
Yeah.
So, Matt, what is this game?
Oh,
Are we done talking about things that are bad about this game?
no,
There's more.
we're not.
No, but we never talked about what the game was, and that's like
so
a thing.
it's a top-down CRPG, isometric view. You're a criminal in a fictional version of the world where magic came back in the early 2000s, in the aughts. And there's like people who are elves, and people who are dwarves, and people who are orcs, and people who are trolls.
Lots of elf racism in this game.
Fine.
Yeah, I was just surprised.
I mean, elves are a problem because it's like, oh, I'm a middle manager, and if I ever want to amount to anything, I need to get promoted, but the person immediately above me is an elf, so that's never happening.
He's never dying.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, Kindly Change just straight up calls them sharps every time.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, okay. It took me a minute to realize I was an epithet. Like, whoa, okay, yeah, right.
Yeah. Oh, and you got things to say?
The music in this game is bad.
Yeah, there's only like 2 tracks.
Yeah.
That's why
It's really bad.
That's a bummer, too. Shadowrun feels like...
completely unremarkable and forgettable.
And Shadowrun feels like a place where you should have some dope beats. Like...
Yeah, and so I turned it off, and I would like listen to like synth music on my browser. But it does this thing that Star Trek Timelines does, where I have the music slider turned all the way down, and when I load into a new area, the music will be playing at normal volume, but the slider will still be all the way down, so I have to bring it up and then bring it back down again.
Yeah. Also, this game's just fucking loud.
Yeah.
Like, when its master volume is all the way up the way it starts, this game is way louder than anything else on your computer.
Yeah.
It's pretty loud. At all times.
Like, and it's got some very interesting menus.
Let me tell you, they're way better than the last 2 games.
like when the game was like, hey, if you get really hurt, there's a way to heal yourself out of combat. And it's like, you click on a med kit, and then it asks you to pick who you're using it on in a menu where you can't see who's hurt. So you just have to click on someone to find out if they're hurt. And then if you go through with using it on them to heal them, it then closes all of these nested menus, and you have to open them all again.
If you want to do it again.
Yeah, and it's just like, we all got shot up in that fight. Like, we all had a bad time.
Oh, man. That makes me glad I waited to heal until I was in combat. Like...
Well, that's wasted AP, man. It's a big
Everybody
deal.
lived. It's not wasted.
I could have lived with more.
So, basic core story of the game. You get off the boat in Hong Kong with another, an orc.
No, he was already there.
Okay, but you get off the boat and you meet an orc and his partner, and it turns out the orc is like your...
Stepbrother.
Adopted street kid stepbrother. Who you grew up in the gangs and then later in like a rich guy orphanage.
No.
No?
A squat in the Barrens.
Okay, he's just grabbing kids and
Yep.
helping them out.
Yep. He just picked 2 kids and was like, you guys, I'm going to raise you right because my mom didn't.
Yep. You figure that one out throughout the game. And you proceed to go try and find Dad, and then you get ambushed by a bunch of gangers, and then a couple of people die in front of you in a Shadowrun crew, and the cops are after you.
It turns all the corpo cops have been hired to take you out.
And it's real bad, and you run away, and then you have to burn your identity and become a Shadowrunner.
Yeah.
Which is self-aggrandizing word for dirtbag.
Yeah, you're a fucking ID-less dirtbag in the wasteland that is Shadowrun.
I don't have an ID. Better do crimes.
Better do crimes for everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone needs crimes, turns out. Lucrative yet dangerous business.
Yeah, you get to work for Kindly Cheng, who rules.
Who totally rules.
She's great. She's family.
Yeah, she's better than the other fixers.
Yeah.
That have been in these video games before.
She's better than your dad.
Yeah.
Your dad in this game kind of
like, by a mile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was always very polite with Auntie, because she fucking deserves it.
Yeah. Owen and I both hit a point. We were all in Discord playing last night, and Owen's like, Matt, I need to know right now. Does Kindly Chang betray me? And he's like, do you want to know? And he's like, yes.
Well, that's like the Shadowrun thing. Right?
Yeah, like, your fixer's gonna fuck you. Like, that's a thing.
Yeah.
But it turns out she doesn't, and it's great, and now you can like her.
Like, I was worried that, like, oh, the reason they're making her so likable is so that I will be...
she's gonna stab me later.
It's because I will be very hurt when she betrays me.
Which would be effective.
She is like a crime lord, and she does steal medical supplies during a crisis.
Yeah, but then she also handed them out.
Yeah.
And she sends you to threaten one of her guys, like, immediately.
Yeah.
Like,
but like, at the same time, she recognizes that guy over there gets stuff done for me.
Yeah.
And I need that.
well, yeah, because, like, even by the end of the game, like, the conversation you have with her later is she's like, oh, yeah, our partnership. And you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And she's like, go to bed.
You look like shit. Yeah.
I was like, yes, Auntie, I look like shit.
Yeah, I started using those.
Yeah.
At the end, Duncan's like, you look like shit. I was like, get used to
Yeah.
it. What kind of characters do we play?
Well, so first I made 2 characters because I beat the game twice. Because I don't know, something wrong with me. But I
Man, you like good games, it's okay.
yeah. Well, so I made an elf, and the elf was at first an adept, and then I realized there was no support for gun adepts, so became a Street Sam after that. And so the whole thing was that I would have Gobbet give me an extra AP, and then I would wired reflexes myself another AP, and then have a third one from the game just giving it to me.
Yeah, there's a point in the game where it's just like, hey, have another action.
Oh, so AP is like your move. It's like how many moves you get on your turn.
Or shots.
It works like the AP in XCOM.
Yeah, so
where you can use it for a vague amount of distance or an action.
Yeah.
Or some shoot types take
my whole thing is that I had the Remington Room Sweeper and the Silver Falcon or the Mega Falcon or whatever, the pistol that's got burst fire on it. And so I would run behind enemies so they were in cover to me, not anymore, and then I would just crit them a bunch.
You flank them and shoot all of them.
Yeah, and it worked really well, and it was fun because I couldn't get shot because I had like really a lot of quickness. Because I had a bunch of cyber limbs that gave me quickness.
And boosting that dodge stat real good.
Yeah, so...
And guess what? It uses the same stat your shooting does!
Yeah, so it was just all quickness all the time elf with minor and charisma. So, yeah, that was my first character. And his name was Lou Phillip Diamonds. His street name was LPD. And then my second character was Dank, the troll. His real name was Grant Runyon. Which is
dual income, no kids, though.
Yeah. His dual income, no kids. But his real name was Grant Runyon, which is the thing that the reporter says in Frisky Dingo when her brain's being infected by ants instead of her real name. I don't know why I just suddenly remembered that.
Boom!
And then his whole thing was
boosh.
Pretty much the exact same build, but I'm going for strength this time. Okay. And I have hand razors.
Okay. What race was he?
He was a troll.
Yeah, okay.
So eventually I would just walk up to somebody and with a single AP be like, hi, I just did 70 damage to you. And I have 3 more AP left.
Elves is for quickness, trolls is for strength.
Hi. And just, destroy them. And that was great. And then...
Was there any armor rip on that?
Sometimes.
Okay.
But it really didn't matter.
No, if you're doing that much damage, no.
Yeah.
Because everyone has 30 hit points until the end.
Yeah. In the extended, everybody starts doing AP damage, but if you have enough armor, you can ignore that. Yeah, what did you make of it?
I made a troll.
Okay.
His first name is Ding, and his last name is Dong. His name is Ding Dong. And then his street name was Ding Dong. And
you got a lot of good dialogue options out of that.
Yeah, and so, at the point in the game where like your character's identity gets erased, they're like, dude, you can't use your birth name anymore. You're off the grid. You have to use your street name now. Ding Dong, what's your street name? And it's like, I am no longer Ding Dong. I am now Ding Dong. And Ding Dong is incredibly stupid, 11 strength troll with an enormous sword.
Yes.
And really not much else. Like
that's honestly that's all you need.
We're gonna do one thing and one thing only.
Yeah. Like, him and his best friend charge into combat and slap people with swords until they fall over.
So this
his
morning,
best friend,
I tried to copy you because I was like interested in melee weapons. I was like, how does that work? I want to see it in action on a troll with a lot of strength. So I made a troll this morning, copying you. Also because I found out that there's a sword, but when you kill somebody with this sword, you get an AP next turn and it stacks.
Oh wow, that's cool.
So with the hand raiser guy, I would like kill 3 people in a turn regulally, right? And so
I want to do that with that sword.
I was thinking, hey, it would be really cool if I had 8 AP next turn, right?
You just keep the party going.
Yeah, keep the party going, exactly. So yeah. Did you have anything else to say about that?
I didn't have any good stories about his combat really, other than just like he hits people with swords really hard and shoots lightning out of his sword. He has this magic sword.
Yeah. The Emperor's sword's really good.
Yeah, it's very good.
I made a gun elf too, and I ended up using the same handguns you did. Partly because you said that, but I played it more like a from cover thing. That worked okay. Yeah. It worked all right. He wasn't like
it's all about the crits, man.
He wasn't my heavy hitter, but he did good AOE, so it worked out.
All about those crits.
Yeah, I didn't really exploit that. Even though I was wearing like the hazard suit, like the highest armor I could get. Oh my god,
it feels so good to run around the corner on somebody, pull out the Silverhawk, and just be like, blat blat, and be like, I just did 64 damage to you.
Yeah, see,
how you feeling? That was 1
numbers.
AP. Would you like me to do it some more? Right?
I wasn't putting up Iron Man numbers like that, so. But I still had fun. It was good. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
What was hella good about this game?
Are we done with what wasn't good?
I mean,
does anyone else have more
not
good?
I don't really have any complaints about this game, other than like Hairbrain kind of makes like a jank product where if you don't do the game in the way that they imagined you did it, it's not very robust.
Yeah.
Like if you kind of get off the rails.
Yeah.
You know, like the game sort of breaks down.
I had some UI frustrations in that like it's really hard to the clicking where you want to click feels really loose.
Yeah.
And by that I mean like it's either incredibly hard to stand next to a friend of yours because you're overlapping them and it thinks you want to click them, and it's impossible to highlight the square behind them, or it's really easy to, I'm going to shoot that guy, and instead you run next to him. And both of those things frustrated me a lot.
They're real bad for them to happen.
Yeah. I did a lot of loading because the game didn't do what I told it to.
Do you remember where you get the plastic face man?
Yeah.
So there's this part where you need to kidnap this dude, and like zap him with the thing so he doesn't erase the memories you need to interrogate out of him.
You basically taser him, but it has a 3-turn delay.
Yeah. So when I did that, I did it at the mistress's house.
Yeah.
And I stunned him and used Duncan's subdue ability on him. Because that's Duncan zip tying a guy because he's knocked out. And the game was like, oh, he's dead. You killed him. That's bad. And I was like, what? Excuse me? Did he zip tie his fucking throat? Like, what happened?
I didn't know that was a thing, but also like does not surprise me at all that that's how
that's how the game would think about it.
That's how the game reads that situation.
Yeah, Like, oh, man. So there's a lot of situations where like it's very clear that Hairbrain didn't like budget enough QA time. Right, like to
I mean, like the whole game has these like it's a great game, but it, like all over it has these trappings of like just like not enough production value.
Yeah,
like,
not enough polish.
Like I remember like when I beat the game and it has like more narration by Raymond at the end of the game. It's like, this is really bad. I forgot this is really bad because I haven't heard him talk since the beginning of the game. But like
that voice acting is rough.
That read is not good, and like.
Yeah, whenever the screen goes black and it starts playing music and not showing me the UI again, I hit double escape every time because I don't want to watch any of the cutscenes.
They're not that helpful. Like,
no, there's one where you see like Kwanya and you're like, oh, that's the thing I'm gonna find at the end of the game. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh man, that spooky shadow thing must be a bad guy.
Oh man. Fucking Gaichu, when we fought it at the end, had 100% crit chance.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Like... He went to town on her.
That fight was Duncan stripping armor with the sandblaster.
The sandblaster
and everyone
so
else
good.
just piling in.
Okay, so in that mission, the mission where you get contacted by the Tunanog spy, and he's like, help me defeat the Solpa Ring, the Korean gangsters. If you side with the Korean gangsters in any meaningful way,
they give you a fucking AP shotgun.
They give you the sandblaster, and the sandblaster is amazing.
Anti-armor shotgun. It's great.
If you side the other way, you get the Korean guy's gun. Do you know what that is?
No.
It's a submachine gun, which, first of all, vomit sounds.
Right.
Submachine guns are bad in this game unless you're really good at stripping armor, which submachine guns aren't good at. So, but this gun has minus 10% accuracy and always hits people near its target.
Oh
it's
yeah,
like,
but I already have that gun a different way.
But
later.
I already have shotguns, so
that gun was at a vendor later.
I don't want it.
Yeah. Plus, like, that dude's gonna fucking kill you for doing your job. Fuck him. Yeah. Like, that's not how this works.
Yeah, in that mission, I killed everybody.
Did you?
Both times.
Nice.
I said, screw both of you guys.
No, I didn't. I didn't vent the other dude because I was like, I'm gonna need friends at the end of the game.
Yeah.
My thinking was, I need friends. So the Shadowrun crew you run into at the tower, they were my buds. Mm-hmm. And then that dude too, because I was like, I'm new in town, I need friends.
Oh, I fucking dunked those runners.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
When did you dunk them? As soon as you saw them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they were like, how is this gonna go? And I'm like, it's gonna go like this.
That's awesome.
It's funny because I'm pretty sure those are like people's characters.
Yeah,
like,
I'm sure.
Those aren't like...
And they give you intel at the end. They help you with the last mission. Yeah. Like, you call in your marker with them. And I think it also makes it so that your hacker's better at dealing with their shit.
Oh, okay. That's not something that was important
to
me.
No.
Yeah. I like how hacking is super optional until the very last mission.
I didn't like that because...
I liked it until that part.
Yeah, I got to the last mission and I was like, holy shit, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
I used the developer console in this game at 2 points in the game, and one was at the very beginning, and I'll explain that in a minute. And the other time was at the end of the game, where like I realized what the hacking game
was.
I was just like, no, I have AP. I have all the AP. I don't want to fucking deal with this. I want to like play like I want to run around and slap things with swords.
I want to go back to Meat Space and do Meat Space things. Get me out of this weird computer hell.
So one thing I will say is I really enjoyed the sequences where your decker is jacked in doing a thing and everyone else is like covering them.
Yeah.
Like those sequences were really fun for me.
That stuff is cool. It's more like I didn't like having to do the low-rent stealth game, run around patrols and vision cone stuff in a game that's like really not built very well for it.
Yeah, so that's one thing I will say is that in the last game, in Dragonfall, all the hacking stuff was just more tactical combat, but in the computer, like that part's fine. But the vision cone shit... Yeah. That's dumb.
Well, and like the timing on everything is so floaty that's just hard to execute on.
The fucking minigame with the like putting the numbers in thing.
Oh fuck that shit.
Yeah, like
it's like numpad Simon, and then you have to match a code.
I think the idea behind Trace like building up, and then the ice goes off, like that's a cool thematic thing. Because you're like, oh, if like it makes it so like if you're badass enough to like get in and out without getting tons of trace, like it feels cool.
Right? Well, or like I never really tried it, but is there a combat button in cyberspace the same way there is in Meat Space?
Yeah, you can bust
where
out
you can just be like, pew, and shoot that dude.
but if you initiate combat with a watcher, you get the plus 20 trace as soon as you hit them.
Okay.
So and then
there's no actual sneak attack.
No.
Okay. That's a bummer.
It is cool though because so if you do Isabel's mission, her like main mission, she gets a special program from Rhombus if you do it correctly, where her attacks chain now. All of her attacks chain. And I was really worried that it was going to start chaining to unspotted watchers, but it automatically misses them, which good. I thought it was one of those things where I was like, "Hairbrain, did you think about this?
Yeah,
are you gonna fuck this up for me?"
Yeah. Yeah, the few sequences where my decker is like in the corner of the room and we're all guarding the door, or like that last fight in the tower where you're putting Dad back together.
Yeah.
That's those exactly are like peak Shadowrun experience.
Yeah.
Where your Decker's like, I'm in there, and your other guys are like, hurry the fuck up, because they're shooting everything outside.
Yeah, like Gobbet is hiding behind a desk, unloading her TMP and covering her head, screaming because she's 19 years old.
Yep. Yeah, like that had a really that fight was like, this is Shadowrun in a way that's properly executed.
So I noticed that in early levels, Gobbet doesn't know how to Overwatch with her TMP.
Yeah.
Which is very
there's a good growth.
It's
there.
very evocative of I'm a teenager with a submachine gun. It's magic. I'm gonna do crime.
I have a gun and I do magic, and I'm good at magic. I have this gun because I need it for this job.
Yeah. I have a gun because Shadowrunners have guns.
Not because I'm good or anything.
Well, having a gun makes me adult.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a force in young people that cannot be underestimated.
Yeah. Guns is power, power is adulthood.
Yeah, I did think it's funny that the ship is your hideout is organized by level of adulthood.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The adults
there's
are on
an
the bottom
age strata
floor,
on the ship.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go talk to the psychopaths. Also, I'm gonna go talk to the adults. Hey Kaichu, hey Rector, how was your day? We can have a rational discourse.
You're talking with the weird guy who does robots in the basement.
Yeah.
He is literally Donatello. He does machines. And you're ghoul.
He's a self-diagnosed psychopath as well. He doesn't have emotions towards other people at all.
See, it wasn't until you mentioned that you could have him in your party that it even occurred to me, because when we moved into the ship, they mentioned that there was Russian neighbors.
There's a dude in the basement and no one talks to him, and it's fine.
Yeah, and so I assumed I went down there once and met this guy, and he's like, "Yeah, I live here." I was like, "Oh, cool. Sorry to bother you. I didn't mean to barge into your house."
My bad, dude.
Yeah, I'll go upstairs and do crime.
I talked with him a little bit, and then every time Matt came, he's like, "Is Ractor in your party?" I was like, "No, I didn't get that option."
Ractor's so cool.
I didn't get that option. I'd probably use them because drones seem cool, and there's a lot of places where I should use drones.
There's all these parts and levels where you'll see a vent on the wall, and it'll have a diamond on it, you can interact with this vent. And if you have drones, if you have Ractor, you can send it into the vent, and do an objective a different way.
Do stuff,
so which is cool.
Yeah, that's the thing. That this game does that reminds me of older CRPGs is it's very good about rewarding the choices you make with your characters. Mm-hmm. Right? I think we were all hanging out and I was like, man, etiquettes are dope in this game. Mm-hmm. Because one of the social things in this game is that your character can learn social etiquettes of different groups. And then when you encounter those people, you get dialogue options that make sense in that situation for your social wizardry. Also, playing a talkie character in this game is awesome because of it.
Because it's all these horrible things I would have to deal with, I suddenly don't.
Right. You can talk your way out of combat and then still be good at combat when it needs to happen. Yeah. In a way that I really enjoyed.
I like etiquettes in this game because in the last one, etiquettes were all just different ways to make slightly more money.
No.
If you did an etiquette, you'd get money. In this one, there are actually ways to deal with the objective, which is cool.
I saw those come up grayed out quite often.
Yeah.
Ding Dong is not a clever man.
Yeah.
I remember in the DECCON mission, Isabel says you just be your charming self, and you're like, is that an insult or a compliment? And I was like, well, it kind of depends on your character.
Kind of depends on what you built, man.
It could go either way. One thing I will say is Hairbrain's really good at evoking classic Shadowrun feel, and writing dialogue to support that.
Yeah, I think the writing is very good.
Yeah, the dialogue writing is really good. One thing I will say is there's too much of it. Anyway, sorry.
The descriptions of characters in dialogue windows I found to be incredibly evocative.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very good at giving you just enough.
That's why you like Chan.
Yeah.
Just because of those things, where she's idly playing with mahjong tiles, or
it talks
swilling shots.
Yeah, or hucking up tobacco phlegm in her throat.
Or a duct tape revolver.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. There was a part I was talking to Matt last night where the page says there's exquisite liquor on the table, and there's neatly arranged mahjong tiles and nice tablecloths, and a high velocity pistol with a grip wrapped in electrical tape.
Which yeah, it captures the aesthetic of grimy Shadowrun in a really good way. Mm-hmm. And then it there's so much characterization throughout that buffers that even better.
Right.
The fucking Shadowrun nanny. Did you guys talk to her?
No.
What?
So there's an orc who lives in the village that's your home base. Mm. And if you talk to her, she's from the Philippines, and she used to be a nanny, but shit went bad, and she had to start Shadowrunning. And she's like, if she likes you, she invites you over for Lumpia. It's this rad thing. Like, she's like weird Shadowrun nanny lady. She can't go back home because some shit went down, so she's just everyone's mom here.
So I'm very excited to try it. You guys remember the mission with the vampire?
No, I didn't do that.
Oh, okay, so if you do the mission with the vampire right, she shows up on the last mission to help you.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
And you can get an achievement for having Gaichu and her in your party at the same time.
Wow.
And it's a party full of monsters.
Nice.
Gaichu ate her.
Oh.
I really like Gaichu's bite attack.
Yeah.
So Gaichu's a ghoul who's a samurai.
Yeah. He's a Renraku Red Samurai, if you care.
Yeah.
So.
But like one of his abilities he gets is he can just like start chomping on you.
And he gets healed and does damage.
He gets healed, and gets a heal over time put on him, and gets a buff to his own strength.
Yeah.
So for Gaichu, it's always his opening move in combat. It's just like, just go chomp the nearest person.
Yeah, anytime he had middle grade health, anytime it was yellow, I'd be like, yo, bite that dude.
No, you do it from the outset because it gives him a heal over time effect too.
Okay.
So that way he can get back the damage he will inevitably take by running into the open with his sword over his head.
Yeah, by being the dive at everyone samurai, he's already healing.
Yeah, and it buffs his strength.
And every 2 turns he bites people.
Yeah,
I get an immense amount of joy in imagining the noises Gaichu makes.
Oh yeah.
During his turn.
Yeah, he's the best.
He's the best character and also a complete social detriment in every situation.
Yeah. So neither of you guys played it, but if you play the extended campaign, the part where you go back at the cops and like attack them for fucking with you in the first place, if you take Gaichu on that mission where you go to the police station, if you don't have 7 charisma, a fight starts immediately.
That happened when I went to the party, the guy who hires you to go fuck with the other guy's
the vampire mission.
Yeah. Like when we walked in, someone like tried to make a big deal out of it.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so like here's the deal. If you make a big deal about him being a ghoul, I'm gonna make a big deal out of him being a ghoul.
Like, you need to chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
I really like the opening conversation with him, where he's like, "Oh, I guess you're just gonna shoot me now, right?" And you're like, "Wait, you're not eating me?
Yeah,
what's going on?"
Because there's tons of ghouls where you grew up,
right?
Like in the Redmond Barrens are just littered with those guys.
And ghouls are bad news traditionally in Shadowrun, so that there's one that's talking.
They're traditionally animal grade intelligence.
It's the difference between feral ghouls and regular ghouls in modern Fallout. What? You're talking? Why? What's going on?
The other thing is, so in that first room, Gaichu's dinner is sitting on the table, but this is before you've ever met him.
Yeah.
One of the options when you, I know you did, you have an achievement for it. One of the options is you can go up there and eat his meat.
Yeah.
And then if you, in the vampire mission, drink the wine on the table before the vampire's there, you have drank human blood now.
Nice.
And you get an achievement for doing both those things.
Oh, okay.
And I noticed you had that achievement, so you definitely stole that lady's wine.
Yeah, well also like when you eat his food, like everyone's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, Gobbet is so mad.
It's just like, they're just like, that's gross as hell.
Gobbet's got like stuff about food.
It's like, dude, it's free food, man. Like, cool.
Did you notice that Gobbet keeps the maintenance uniform from Prosperity Tower in later missions?
No, because I never used Gobbet.
Okay, so
that's so good.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. But yeah, so if you use Gobbet in Prosperity Tower, when you get into the maintenance uniform, she starts like being like, "Oh shit, my ass looks great in this. Like, this fits so good. I'm keeping this."
Yeah.
And if you go speak to her in the bolt hole after that, she's wearing it instead of her normal combat armor.
So it's like in Hackers, like serial killer just keeps that tweet out for the rest of the movie.
And it's like weird but not weird.
Yeah. I mean, he's the guy who's always just got shit strapped
He's just
to
weird
him.
anyway. Yeah, like it fits.
We're referring to Matthew Lillard's greatest role.
I want to commission a concept artist and send them a picture of that Shadowrun First Edition picture where the Amerind ancients are hacking the ATM.
Yes.
I want to send them that picture,
that
and then a picture of Matthew Lillard from Hackers, and then like
do it
like a circuit board covered in feathers, and be like, just come on, what do you got?
Yo, that First Edition Shadowrun art, the fucking Mohawk elf.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird iconic shit to my 8-year-old brain in a way that's awesome. Like,
yeah, Shadowrun's been around for a really long time.
80s Shadowrun art rules.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, Shadowrun's great because it's an 80s future, so it's all fucked up.
So, remember when we were talking about Fallout 1 and just the act of being in turn-based combat in this system feels good? Mm-hmm. And I feel the same way about the Shadowrun Returns games. Just the action of it is really fun. And I feel like there's a deeper swing of how powerful and different your character can do stuff in this game, and it makes it even more fun for me. I want to try a mage next time, but I keep just making Street Samurai.
The pre-made characters do a really good job of displaying how each thing works.
Yeah, but you've only had a mage in one of them.
Really?
Yeah. There was only a mage in Dragonfall. Actually, no, he wasn't even a mage. They changed the way spells work. He was a shaman. Never mind.
I don't like that. If I don't like the pre-made characters that are in the game, mm-hmm. like if I don't like how they work in combat, like
there's very little option.
That's kind of what I got.
Yeah.
Like for me, the way I think of my party is it's my character, Duncan, Gaichu, and then I guess I'll bring Isabel because I have a fourth slot.
Yeah.
And these other people suck and cost money.
I think you would have benefited from Ractor.
Yeah. I hired out one of the Rent-A-Mercs mm-hmm. one time, and was very disappointed I didn't just have him next time. I would have liked to just use him for the rest of the game.
But you also don't want to pay for him every mission.
Yeah, I don't want to pay 450 new yen every single mission that I take him out, so...
Yeah, that's like most of the cut you'll get.
That's like easily a third, if not... Yeah.
Especially since his character looked ridiculous.
Did you take Illuminati?
I took Il Duce.
Il Duce, the last guy.
He has like a very friendly, soft-looking face.
Fuck Illuminati.
but he's like wearing like a leather jacket and shit, and has a shotgun and a sword. And it's just like you're great.
Yeah.
Fuck Illuminati. I talked to that dude in the club once. I was like, you get the fuck away from me. That guy. No.
Yeah.
None of that guy.
He's an insane person.
No, that guy.
Yeah. I don't know if I have too much more to say about this game.
Okay.
We don't.
It does what it does, and it's cool.
It's good.
Oh, Owen, did you feed Dad to the machine?
Yeah.
Yeah. Matt comes, he's like, did you let him do it? And I was like, yeah, not my fucking mess.
Yeah,
it's actually, getting the good ending in this game is pretty hard.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that the bad ending? Really?
It's the medium ending. It's like the normal ending.
It seemed like the right thing
No,
to
I
do.
mean, like, yeah, I was surprised that there's a better ending than that. But
I guess you do it yourself?
No.
You feed Duncan?
If you did enough research and, like, did enough dreams in the main story, you know enough about, like, Yama King legend that you can, like kung fu her back to where she came from without taking anything. So,
fuck that.
But it's not even kung fu. It's just like you know enough magical bullshit about like deals with Yama Kings that you can be like, hey, fuck you, get out of here. I know the rules.
I did like that she does this thing.
I know the rules. Get the fuck out.
She did this thing that demons do in fantasy fiction sometimes that I fucking love, where she's like, you can't kill me. I'm actually unkillable, and your characters are like, okay, but like, is she actually unkillable, or is she just lying just because she's a demon? And then we like killed her 2 turns later.
Let's show this bitch how we do things downtown.
And then you kill her super hard, and she's like, wow. No, let's do that again.
Yeah. I tried to cut, like, I chose the dialogue option after the first fight, where I was like, nah, we're gonna make a deal. And everyone in my party's like, wait, what? And then, like, there was no deal. Like, I didn't have enough information to talk my way through it. So we just kept fighting her. Yeah. But everyone was like, wait, what the fuck are you doing, dude? And I'm like, I'm trying to talk my way out of it like I always do.
The bad ending is that you can make her leave and voluntarily give her raiment. And she keeps the city of Kowloon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was one of the options. Was like, we'll leave and let you have it. Yeah, and I was like, that's not.
The achievement is called Just One City. And like you talk to Kindly Chen afterwards, and you're like, so what would have like? She's like, I don't really care either way. Let you kill this demon entity, and you're like, why not? We like saved the world, and it's like you saved like 1 square block of shit I didn't care about, you know. And like honestly,
that ending's a super downer.
Honestly, if you had died in there, we would have just given the demon Kowloon, and then that would be the new normal.
Called it a day.
Right?
Yeah,
like that would be the new normal because weird shit happens every day.
Yeah, like that entire last conversation with her is this level set about like, yo, what you did, like that's cool.
But it
doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter at all.
The grand scheme? Nah. No one cares.
Yeah, it's a bigger version of when the reporter's like, I don't give a fuck.
No, like the reporter starts that conversation and she ends it.
Yeah. Well, it's a good juxtaposition when you go into Kowloon and like the cops are there and they won't let people go in to rescue their families and they just start mowing down families and you can or cannot intervene.
Yo, those cops all died.
Yeah, well, they all died. But like, did any of the people live?
They were all like magic crazy and fought me. So.
Oh, really?
There's two different encounters. There's the first encounter where you have to get them and get the detonator. Those people lived. And then there's the second encounter where all the citizens are also zombies.
Yeah, everyone's magic crazy at a certain point. So. But that was cool because they were fighting cops for a while and absorbing cop bullets while I was killing the cops. But then they were like super magicked up 9 armor people, and I was like, so, that's Matt, a problem.
I wanted to ask you about your other troll you made. When you made a sword troll like mine, did it give you a fucking melee weapon when you started the game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I always choose the custom.
Okay.
Look, did you choose archetype?
I don't know.
Okay. So I chose the custom, and I didn't put any points into anything except swords, and that's how you ensure that you have a sword. Okay.
They gave me a fucking throwing knife. That was the other time I opened the developer menu. It's like, I started with only a throwing knife, and my guy's like ludicrously strong, and I'm still finding my feet in this game, and I got my ass kicked on that first encounter.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I died...
That fight could be really hard if the systems weren't clear.
I died repeatedly trying to get out of there. Yeah. And I was just like, I'm not letting this game bring me to a halt like right here at the beginning.
Yeah. Alright. Anybody... You should play this game. It's
fun. Shadowrun Hong Kong. Pretty cool. Yeah. Good modern CRPG. It's a good juxtaposition to Fallout, which was our last episode.
It does a good job of like harkening back to what was good about CRPGs while having like a more modern interface, which admittedly is kind of jank sometimes.
I think some of its interface does not feel very modern.
Yeah, some of its visuals are pretty opaque.
Like specifically that healing menu feels straight out of the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah. To be honest with you, I never actually used that menu. This is the first time I'm hearing about that. Yeah. Because I did all my healing magically. So yeah.
I believe it would exist, but I never did it.
So yeah. All right. So now we're gonna do what's called the Not Real Game Awards, where we afford a nebulous aesthetic that is named after a thing we like or don't like. A number between 1 and 5.
Todd Howard. Feelings.
How many Todd Howards are we
How many Todd Howards do we give this game? I'm going with 0. I feel a strong 0.
Yeah.
This game was very crafted.
Yeah. And then Brandon Chung.
Like a 1?
I don't really feel a Brandon Chung in this one.
Yeah.
No. I'm on 0.
Okay. All right.
Nita Freeman. 1 or a 2.
Yeah, there's some feelings. I had some feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2.
2?
2.
I'm feeling 1.
Okay. 2. Well, let it be known. Simon Vickland.
Okay. No, but the music sucks.
I gotta sit and perk. Okay.
Yeah, but like the fact that the music really sucks.
It does drag it down. You're right. Yeah. Like,
is it like a 3?
I was about to. Yeah, I'm thinking a 3. I was gonna say 4, but then you said the music thing, so I'm thinking 3.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Like, it'd be one thing if there was a variety of bad music that was kind of good.
But there's really only the one song.
It's like the 2 songs.
Yeah, the 1 or 2.
There's the menu song and the game song, and that's it.
J.E. Sawyer. I'm on 4.
4?
Because there's a little bit of jank, but the whole thing is kind of in that mode.
It's all very crafted. Yeah, specifically,
and it all kind of like it's
got
themes.
I'm thinking like a 3 or 4, but I'd be all right with a 4.
Break the tie.
I'm cool with 4.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't get too many J.E. Sawyers rolling through here, so
no, we really don't. But that doesn't mean we should do them more.
No,
it just means they matter more when they come.
I feel like this game of the options gets it.
Jeff Bezos.
I mean, it's Shadowrun. Like,
yeah, that okay. Like, I wasn't even thinking about it. I was heavy
literally
on the 0.
fighting corporate overlords.
Yeah, I was heavy on the 0, but the themes here are in line with
futility in the face of capitalism.
Yeah, because you do kind of like you lose against the corpse every time.
So like you lose against the corpse every time, and also like the meta plot of the overall plot of the game is that they literally built an engine that siphons the prosperity and wealth of poor people
into one rich person
and whisks it away into a boardroom.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So
like a 3?
What does that net us? A 3 makes me feel queasy. Owen, how do you feel? I'm on a 2.
I've been opposed to the Jeff Bezos Award since its inception, but I'm gonna say a 3.
Okay. All right.
Like, if any time now.
Yeah.
Like,
All right. That was...
I can't think of a more corporate evil game as far as, like...
That was interesting. All right. Tarn Adams.
0.
Yeah, I'm on 0.
None.
Tarn Adams is a unique enough bird that he doesn't come up much.
Jake Solomon.
I'd give it like a 3.
Yeah.
I'm on 4.
I'm on... Okay. I was leaning towards 2, so I'll go with 3.
Actually, so, yeah, I'm on 3, because I was thinking about this earlier. Whenever somebody died, I was just annoyed. Right?
Yeah, like I wasn't attached to the other characters
Right.
in a...
And the game's not lethal enough.
in a, like,
I
combat
have a question
sense.
for you guys, actually. I had Isabel, like, completely die in a mission, and she just came back earlier. Is that supposed to happen?
Yeah. If they
Okay.
go all the way to 0, you just can't use them for the rest of the mission.
Oh, okay.
Is basically
But you,
what
like,
happens.
drag them out of there and fix them
Oh,
up.
okay. Okay.
And if they have a trauma kit in their inventory or you use it on
They
them within
just
3
use it.
turns.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Then-
That we just didn't have one.
Yeah. Yeah, if they completely died, they went back to base.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so...
I was wondering if that's because I played on easy difficulty or because she's just that critical to the plot because you have to deck a bunch. In the
Yeah.
last
Yeah,
mission.
you really do.
That's the other thing I think I should have done is I should have played it on easy so that my dumbass things in the beginning didn't hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
But I played it on normal the whole way.
This is a thing we harp on a lot. Play it at whatever difficulty you want to play it
Yeah.
at, because...
There's no wrong way to play.
And even if that means making your own difficulty settings with Cheat Engine, man.
Yeah, dude, fine.
There's no wrong way to
Yeah.
play.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
we're bad playstyle for a
Yeah.
reason.
My
Yeah.
bad playstyle is played on the easiest setting, and if that's still too hard, use cheats.
My
Because
blat
the game cheats.
my blat playstyle is looking up walkthroughs of Metro 2033.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, fuck
Because
that.
that game is obtuse. Alright. We're coming down to the wire here. Cardboard computers. How many cardboard
I
computers
give it
does this
0.
game
Yeah.
have?
It lacks the soul.
Okay. I feel like it does some... Dragonfall did more weird stuff like that.
I think it has Shadowrun's soul, but Shadowrun's soul does not have the depth required for cardboard
All right,
computer.
and then we have a new thing going on this time. Owen, you came up with this sort of... I was there.
Yeah.
I gave notes, but like,
Yeah.
go ahead. It's,
So this is the Moira Brown. What did we settle on the name? The Moira Brown Memorial Award.
yeah.
So this is for a game that
Well, it's for a specific NPC.
for a specific NPC, but also generally it's for the games that have the courage to take a character and build them up and write them up in a big way and give the player the option to completely obliterate that character and not see it. To have the courage to let the player
Obliterate them the moment they see them.
destroy their creation.
destroy a large amount of work or artwork or voice lines.
To have the courage to let the player miss out on content.
This is named after Moira Brown of Fallout 3 because
Because she died.
she died and she did not die and she came back. That she is the unkillable Fallout.
I was doing a bit.
Oh,
She's the reason I nuked that town, and then I fucking flipped the table.
But I
later.
thought the whole bit was that we were going to pretend that
Oh,
Moira
I'm
died
sorry.
and that Todd did like a good thing.
No.
Right?
Nope.
No.
No?
When he finally does a good thing, we'll give him credit.
Yeah.
No, but it was going to be like we were going to roast him subtly for years.
Oh, well,
We're good at that.
we were talking about this at like 1 a.m. yesterday, and I
Yeah.
was a little drunk.
Okay, so Moira Brown,
Moira
who
Brown.
died.
Yeah.
Who
That is-
died.
That's
we
who
miss dearly.
we miss dearly because Todd Howard had the courage
to let us
to,
nuke Megaton.
to let us nuke Megaton and kill
every single person
to kill
inside.
every single person in Megaton and prematurely end the biggest quest in Fallout 3. All right.
Well, at least side quest.
I think it's longer than the main, though.
Well, no, because the main is like multiple like it has whatever. I'm not gonna. Yeah.
I think that side quest may still have more.
Fallout 3 sucks.
missions.
And that quest is enormous.
Yeah,
Is my
like-
point. All right. So, where can they find us?
At Bad Playstyle on Twitter.
If you want to send us corrections, manifestos, dick pics, and game codes, you can contact us at badplaystyle@gmail.com.
Or gum. I really need some gum.
Gum.
Yeah.
Email us some gum.
Yeah.
We're not handing out any chicken hat points, which is our checks and balances system to make sure people actually play the games.
Do we have a
Oh.
tally on chicken hats yet?
I'm not. I do that later.
I think I have one.
Yeah. Well, you have
Maybe 2?
Maybe, no, because, okay, so if you think you have a tiebreaker and 1.
Ah, right.
So,
right.
Because for Fallout, I argued on your behalf because of the precedent set by whatever.
Yeah.
Sam Fisher versus. So...
I think Sam loses in Shadowrun.
No.
He's
Sam's
literally
like a fucking Lone Star exec.
Okay, so this is I think one of, much like Fallout. This is one of the only environments like that theoretically exists that Sam thrives in more than the environment he comes from.
Where he's from, okay.
Right. So this is an environment where people die so often, right? Like, you're just like, oh yeah, hey, what happened on Friday? Oh, like, everybody died. I'm so glad you called out Zik, right? Because some Shadowrunners came through and they're not good at sneaking, so they just brought grenades, right?
I think Sam's political ideologies hurt him, though. I think he's too loyal
to the United States,
to anything.
Okay, well, so
for Shadowrun to work.
So, but like, that's fine because you have Shadowrunners who have like ideals and they're.
Well, who's to say he's a fucking runner? You know.
Yeah.
Sure.
He might just be some like military douchebag in UCAS, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's where my mind went. It's like he's going to sidle up with the establishment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
All right, sure. So you think he's doing like Shadow Wars versus as technology proxies in South America?
Totally.
Hell yeah.
I think that's 100% what he's doing.
Totally. And winning.
Yeah, and winning. Because that dude probably has an essence score of 0.7.
That guy fucks.
I bet he's huge. Like all the cyberware? Like, what if he's just like gigantic?
Did Sam Fisher turn into an ogre?
No. He's human.
No? He's definitely still human?
No, he's definitely still human. That dude has too much, like, self-identity as a white man to not be a human after colonization.
Okay.
Like,
that's fair. No, he's too human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That dude's rolling around with, like, full suites of Delta-grade hardware from fucking, like, tip to tip, man. Like,
He's running that chill and sneaking into shit.
Yeah, he's like, oh, are you saying that you could cybernetically remove my desire for sexual interaction?
Or eating.
That would make killing people so easy.
Wait, you can put all this in my body and all I can do is kill people? Yes.
You can turn off my need for sleep? I can just eat these bags? These bags of white goo? Neato. Let's do it.
I don't need MREs, I need white goo.
You're telling me my arm's gonna reload my handgun for me? Neat.
Yeah, so then Sam Fisher wins.
Yep. Sam Fisher wins versus...
Sam Fisher excels in Shadowrun.
Yeah, I think early on in his tenure as a person in the Shadowrun universe, a dragon finds him and goes, yoink.
You.
That's mine.
This is a good one.
Yeah. And I think that's
wet
what
work galore.
Yeah. You're done with your new name on December the 14th.
Woo!
We are playing
Mark of the Ninja Remastered because it just came out and that's a cool game.
And if you're interested, Owen is playing it on the Switch, he'll have some.
This is the first time we'll have multiple platforms.
Yeah.
We'll have some stuff to say about that. But it's been an amount of time. I hope that you listened to all of it.
We're gonna do Sneaky Ninja shit later.
Most of it, and I love 40% of you.
Our theme music is made by my good friend Benjamin Busey. You can find his SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/basicbenji206.